Donald Trump's marriage to his Slovenian-born former model wife Melania has been the subject of public scrutiny long before he moved into the White House. Regular fixtures of the tabloids, the power couple has dealt with everything from public lawsuits to accusations of sexual assault. And when Donald finally pulled the trigger on his long-threatened presidential run, things only intensified. Melania's modeling photos were used in crass attack ads from political competitors. Every public appearance and campaign speech she gave was put under a microscope, even once resulting in an embarrassing plagiarism scandal. She was also discovered to have liked a tweet that included disparaging remarks about her marriage. The media's scrutiny of their relationship intensified even further during a May 2017 trip to the Middle East. When the president reached out to hold her hand, Melania was caught on camera apparently swatting it away. Only time will tell if their relationship can withstand this brutal test, but there are things from the couple's past that can help us understand what got them to this point. Here's what's really going on with Donald Trump's marriage. Inauguration and the Internet. Of all the viral moments that stemmed from Donald Trump's inauguration ceremony, one GIF seemed to tell all about his marriage. In the moment, Melania was captured offering a sweet smile to her husband when he looked at her, only to instantly transform into what looked like sadness when he turned back around. There was also their awkward dancing at the inaugural ball, during which Melania seemed to be leaning away from Donald. And of course, probably the most memeable moment was when they arrived at the White House to be greeted by the Obamas. Trump bounded out of the car and went right up the steps, leaving Melania to sadly walk around the back of the vehicle and up the steps on her own. This was the first impression that the new president and first lady made to the millions watching at home. While each incident can easily be chalked up to nervousness about the big day, some serious questions about their relationship began to swirl. A marriage of convenience. By almost every account from people who knew Donald and Melania when they met, the pair were suited for each other for one reason: convenience. According to a Vanity Fair article that cited several sources close to the couple, Donald met Melania in 1998 at a party he attended with another date, Norwegian cosmetics heiress Selena Miedelfar. While his date was in the bathroom, Donald gave Melania his phone number, and they connected a few days later. For Donald, he got an attractive younger woman whose Eastern European upbringing instilled in her the traditional values and sense of independence he was looking for in a partner. For Melania, who is 24 years younger than Donald, what she got was obvious. According to a source that told the New York Post, she ran into Donald just at the right time. She was just about out of money, at the end of her rope, and about to move back to Eastern Europe. In Melania's own words, their arrangement has always been one of mutual respect. During an interview with Parenting, she said, "We have a great relationship. We are both very independent. We know what our roles are and we are happy with them. I think the mistake some people make is they try to change the man they love after they get married. You cannot change a person. You accept the person. He loves business. He breathes business. I love that about him. I love that. Doesn't bother me. I am very independent. It is important to understand each other. If you need to change someone, it will never work." And Melania is not the only one who spends a lot of time away from Donald. A hands-off approach. Part of Melania's independence apparently includes fielding most of the parenting responsibilities involved with raising their only son together, Barron. Melania told Parenting, "He didn't change diapers and I am completely fine with that. It is not important to me. It's all about what works for you. It's very important to know the person you're with, and we know our roles. I didn't want him to change the diapers or put Barron to bed. I love every minute of it." But it's not as if she was blindsided by Donald's relaxed attitude towards being a dad. Before Barron came along, Trump and Melania went on Larry King Live in 2005, and the real estate mogul sat next to his new bride and said,
"If you have the money, having children is great." Now, I know Melania. I'm not going to be doing the diapers. I'm not going to be making the food. I may never even see the kids, frankly.
At least she had fair warning. Breakup and makeup. In January of 2000, Donald confirmed that the rumor that he and Melania had split up was true in the most Donald Trump way possible, surrounded by models at a Miss USA pageant party. He said, "Melania is an amazing woman, a terrific woman, a great woman, and she will be missed." Melania later admitted to Du Jour magazine that the split was partially due to Donald's consideration for running for president at the time, but this was actually their second breakup. According to Melania's friend and former roommate, fashion photographer Matthew Atanian, Donald and Melania had a falling out very early in their relationship. He revealed she had some trust issues with him at the beginning. She was telling me that she wouldn't have it. He was back to his old ways. She kept her apartment to have her own space because of this. They only stayed apart for a few months that time as well, but if accusations of infidelity and Donald's political aspirations are still any kind of a sticking point, they may be in for a rocky road ahead.
I know who I am, and if a man doesn't want to be with me, or I don't want to be with the man.
Goodbye and good luck.
That's right.
On the defense, there have been multiple occasions in which Melania has found herself explaining her husband's unsavory comments. There was, of course, the time when she denounced his infamous Access Hollywood scandal by saying, "The words my husband used are unacceptable and offensive to me. This does not represent the man that I know. He has the heart and mind of a leader." Melania also found herself explaining Donald's many appearances on The Howard Stern Show, in which he discussed, among other things, their sex life, her bathroom habits, and the changes her body went through during pregnancy. He reportedly said to the shock jock, "You know, they just blow up, right? Like a blimp. In the right places. In her case, the right places. I mean, she really has become a monster in all the right places. I mean, monster in the most positive way. She has gotten very, very large in all the right places." But according to Melania, Donald would never have said those things if he wasn't being egged on. She said, "Many times I gave him an advice and I didn't agree to do all the tapes on Howard Stern with Billy Bush because I know those people. They hook him on. They try to get from him some inappropriate and dirty language. They obviously don't have to try too hard though." MIA FLOTUS. Choosing to delay her move to the White House so Barron can finish his school year in New York City, Melania is one of the few first ladies to make such a decision in the history of the presidency. The wives of William Henry Harrison, Franklin Pierce, and Harry Truman also delayed their moves to Washington for various reasons. And while the decision to not interfere with Barron's education is a reasonable one, there are still many questions as to what level of involvement Melania will have with the unofficial duties of the East Wing. Back in 1999, Melania envisioned a much different vision for her role as First Lady. She showed the New York Times, "I would be very traditional, like Betty Ford or Jackie Kennedy. I would support him." But 17 years later, and with the reality of Donald's campaign looming overhead, Melania drastically changed her tune, telling GQ, "I chose not to go into politics and policy. Those policies are my husband's job." As of the making of this video, Melania has yet to announce any major initiatives. And with Ivanka, Donald's daughter from his first marriage, taking an official role as special advisor to the president and performing duties typically reserved for the First Lady, like meeting with foreign dignitaries at the White House and making official state-sponsored visits abroad, the notion that Melania will eventually fully embrace her status as the First Lady looks less and less likely. Thanks for watching! Click the Nicki Swift icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.